Hey everybody, what's going on? This is your boy Jordan from Jordan, come to live directly on YouTube. What's happening? I don't know. Is there anybody watching me right now? Hey Matthew, dude, how you doing? Thank you for the donations yesterday. It was you, right? That's your name on the screen. Sorry, yeah, there's no video today because I'm really sick. But I had to actually do the streams to talk to you guys and make sure that, hey, I'm just sick. I'm really sick. It's really annoying to be sick. Like it's just cold because it's really like it's a very weird weather right now in Jordan. It's like it's like, you know, it's cold and at the same time somehow there's sun. You know, all this confusing with the weather. You get like the fucking cold, the common cold. And the crazy thing, it's just it doesn't go away. It keeps existing. What the fuck is this? You know, I'm still not that. Now it's really cold. I'm in Jordan right now. It's like the end of winter, the beginning of spring, so it's somehow really cold. Where are you right now? Where are you at right now? Yeah. Hopefully I will survive it. Dude, thank you for coming and hanging out with me, because like I usually do these streams and nobody comes really. I'm still a very small YouTuber, let's say. Cool. Where in the United States? I have like 7 uncles and 3 aunts in California, LA, Torrance. Yep. My whole family actually went to the United States like 30 years ago, except my father. So all my cousins are Americans from my father's side. Yeah, I'm trying my best, you know. I'm trying my best. I don't know what's So yeah, my family lives in Torrance, LA Torrance. I don't know where. Look. So the weather is always really cool, right? You guys have a great weather in LA. I don't know. For me, New York is too cold. I like New York for the comedy clubs, you know. If I ever go back and live there for a while, I will go to New York just to actually experience the comedy, you know, like environment, the comedy club environment there. You know, maybe just go watch some, like catch some Louis C.K. live. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, that's, yeah. I think it's Chicago. It's too cold for me. You know, like whenever I travel, I try my best to not go any place with like, you know, like with the cold weather, because I really can't take it. I can't even take the cold weather in my country, you know. So like when I travel, I always keep, you know, like following the summer. Like I guess 2 years ago, I was traveling around the world, and I actually, for a whole year, I kept going for the summer. So I was in Turkey, like beginning of May. So it's the beginning of summer in Turkey until like September, when it started to go away. Then I went to India from like September to December, also summer, and then after that starts to get a little bit, you know, rain and stuff like that. And then I went to Philippines for the summer there, and then I went to Bangkok, Thailand for the summer. Like I kept for a whole year following the summer, which is amazing. Yeah. I can't stand the cold. So no, like we get, it snows once a year, but it's not something, it's not as cold as you would think, you know, like in Canada or Greenland or Serbia. No, nothing like that, never. Lately, because of climate change, it's snowing more, but it's not as cold as, you know, Serbia or like Greenland or Canada. For me, cold is like under 10 degrees Celsius. I don't know what is it in Fahrenheit. But yeah, for me, cold is under 10 degrees Celsius. That's cold. That's cold as fuck. To be honest, I don't know the difference between global warming and climate change, but for me it's the same idea of actually, you know, because of carbon dioxide, because of, you know, the planet is heating up, and when the planet is heating up, the weather changes in general. You know, the sea levels go up, and you will notice more changes in weather in general. Okay, like for example, like if you are, like for example in Jordan, like I'm 30, I'm almost 30 years old. Like I remember my whole childhood, it snowed one time in Jordan when I was a kid, until like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 7. It started snowing every day, every year, and now we're having floods. You know, it never happened to in Jordan before, and people are dying and because of floods. It never happened in Jordan before. You know, so that's the thing. You know, like there's a lot of changes in the weather, and this when you actually go ahead and read about it and study a little bit about it, you will know, okay, because of this change somewhere in, you know, where and some sea in a different continent, you know, the change of weather goes and end up in Jordan, for example. And that's exactly what's happening with the more tornadoes, more like crazy nature, natural, you know, I agree. Yeah. Okay. But the thing, but when you think about it, it's exactly the same, right? Like the Earth survived because Earth doesn't care about your feeling, right? Earth doesn't care about your feelings, but at the same time, it's not only about like saving the planet Earth. It's about saving the human race. You know what I'm saying? Because you know there's a lot of there's a lot of like animals who died like long time ago because of like changes in the planet, and the same thing would happen to us as humans if we don't actually make the planet or keep the planet in a way to actually for us to survive on the planet. But if the Earth doesn't give a shit about your feelings, okay? Because you know Earth is here to keep existing, but us as human beings, I don't think we can actually, you know, like if there's floods, for example, or if there's like if it becomes too hot to live in some place, you know what I'm saying? Like all these things can actually end up with you know, wiping the whole human race. It's not about Earth, it's about keeping Earth, you know, as as cool as possible for us to live on. That's it. That's how I feel about it. I don't know what you think about this. Also, like when you think, it's not about our contribution as people to. Alright, yeah. Humans are actually a species, but I see what you mean. Races are like subspecies of humans. Okay, yeah. So I meant like the human species or something like this. But you know what I'm saying? Like the planet as it is doesn't give a shit about. You know, like now it's okay for us. It's like okay for us to live on, but for example, if it becomes too hot to live in, so we have to move somewhere else, right? And that's what's gonna happen. For example, like in some places in 10 or 20 years, it will be like too hot to live in these places. So people will have to migrate. They will go to the cool places, and some places will have so much water, like, you know, tsunamis, and it will go underwater, and they have to emigrate somewhere else. You know, all these things that at some point climate change or global warming will actually fuck up the whole planet for us as humans to actually stay alive on the planet. So maybe the planet Earth will stay or stay on like it is, or like what I'm saying, like stay here on the fucking universe for a long, long time, for like more than 2 to 3 billion years to go. But and I don't know when it's gonna be like too hot to or too uncomfortable for us as humans to live on. Yeah. It's not about, it's not about belief. It's about just, looking what scientists are saying. Oh my god. But that's that's very scary. So the ice is melting. Oh, what? As fat as I. Oh my god, as ice cream and yogurt out in the hot sun. That's scary. That's fucking scary, man. Fuck. So yeah, that will cause the sea levels to rise, and like I read somewhere, I don't remember where it is. Like there's a country somewhere, I think in an island country somewhere in Southeast Asia. It's gonna be like fully underwater in 20 years, and people are starting to buy the people there, or the government there is starting to buy some land and somewhere else to move the whole population to somewhere safe. I don't remember where it is, but yeah, that exists. So yeah, it's like if we care about the future generations, we might have to do some things when it comes to the climate change and the global warming. It's not us as like persons or individuals to actually stop using a car, stop like it's about the seven. I think like it's about like 70% of the whole effect of global warming and climate change. Like is because of some like big companies that actually manufacture big machines and stuff like that. These guys who are supposed to actually take care of their climate for climate, I don't know, involvement, the green gas involvement, the whole process. Yeah, I think it's in Indonesia, around Indonesia. Yeah, that's really scary. Can you imagine that? In like the whole fucking population of an island have to move somewhere else because of global warming, and some people say, some people say it's not real. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, yeah. And also like in around here in the Middle East, I don't think people, if it becomes like hotter in like the Gulf countries, if the like warmer in the Gulf countries, I don't think people will be able to live there. For me, I can't live there right now. It's too hot, It's like 40 plus Celsius in the summer. That's fucking crazy. I don't know how can we actually like survive 50 plus degrees, 50 Celsius degrees? I don't know. Maybe we'll get used to it. But yeah, these things are like real and it's happening, and we have to actually be careful. Yeah, it's Northeast Africa, but like for in Jordan, there's like 80% of the whole country is desert, and there's 20% is like valleys and green land, like it's like green with trees and stuff like that. So for us, the whole population of Jordan, we live in the 20% that it's not desert. It's almost 10 million people now. Six, almost four of them are refugees from the last 10 years. No, no, no. Jordan is like in the Middle East. It's like it's still in Asia. Okay. Gypsies, we don't have really, like, we don't have a huge population of gypsies. Nah, we don't have a huge population of gypsies. Nah, nah, no. Not in Jordan. Domari? No, I don't know what's this. Like, hmm. Oh, yeah. Maybe there are some of gypsies in Jordan. Yeah. But you know, like Jordan is a refugee country. Excuse me. Jordan is a refugee country. There's refugees. It's like a big refugee camp since forever, since the start of Jordan, or even before the start of the country Jordan. You know, like there are like the Armenian immigration after the Armenian genocide by the the Turkish Empire, or the Turkish country, I guess. Like in the 20s, 1920s, 1930s, and then when the Jordan as a country started, there, you know, in the 1928, I guess. What happened in 48 when the occupation of Palestine happened, and more than like 700,000 people moved to Jordan as refugees. Yeah, you know, like that's what happens. You know, like whenever anything bad happen around this area, any war happens, any collusion with anybody there, everybody ends up in Jordan because it's the refugee country. We are like a huge refugee camp. So we have like almost 2 million Palestinians. We have almost 2 million Syrians. We have 1 million mixture between Iraqis, Armenians, Kurdish, and you know, even Chechen people. We have in Jordan too. So like Jordan, since forever, it was like, and it is still a refugee country. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, like for example, now like I think Jordan is still the number one country when it comes to refugees. Like the number of refugees we have like people with actual refugee status, more than 2.7 million people. Imagine that, you know, like, and it's a very tiny country. We have absolutely nothing. Most of the young people like me are unemployed, it's fucked up, you know. It's being like living in Jordan. It feels like living in a big refugee camp. Yeah, which is very sad. You know, like I travel a lot, and whenever I come back to Jordan, it feels like this crazy pressure. You feel like, oh my God, I'm back. You know, it's just like you are in a refugee camp. It's fucking crazy, yeah. Nobody's working, nobody's like, yeah, it's sad. Yeah, lately there are some, yeah. Lately there are some sub-Saharan Africans in Jordan, but not very huge numbers. Like maybe in the thousands. Yeah, Jordan is very, very diverse. There's a lot of people here. You can say, because also like we have a lot of Libyans now because of what's happening in Libya. Yeah, Jordan is very interesting. It's a very big and diverse community here. Actually, there's a lot of Filipinos for some reason. We have a whole neighborhood called in Amman called Manila neighborhood. Manila. We don't really have much Europeans, but there are like a lot of European students. Let's say people who work in NGOs and stuff. Even Americans. There's a lot of Americans learning Arabic in Jordan. Because, you know, now it's like the only safe country in the Middle East that you as an American can come and just stay here and feel safe and all these things, you know. Like, I live in a house with 10 people. None of them is Jordanian. Everybody, like, yeah, all the people who I live with are from the UK, from Europe in general, and the United States, yeah. Okay, no, not many of the, no, not many South Asians. We have a lot of Chinese. They work in Chinese. They work in Chinese Chinese manufacturing companies here in Jordan. Like a huge manufacturing plants, let's say, yeah. But not a lot of Japanese people. Not a lot of no, and no Vietnamese. But a lot of Chinese, yeah. You know, I heard that a lot of the Chinese people we have here work in Chinese manufacturing companies here. There are somehow criminals, and they come to Jordan for like a few years and they go back. It's crazy. But no, you know, like, you can find a lot of people from like poor countries in Jordan. Like, we have a lot of like, for example, you guys have a lot of Mexicans. We have a lot of Egyptians who are yeah, working here in Jordan for like the jobs that most Jordanians don't do. Egyptians do here. It's fucking crazy. Why is he asking? Alright. Alright, dude. Yeah, I'm still very tired. I guess I'm gonna just end the stream right here, right now. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Jordanian locals and government seem to generally treat foreigners better than Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, the Gulf countries. Yeah, but Palestine, you know, like, they would love for foreigners to go to Palestine, but you know what's happening there? It's the occupation that make people like make it very hard for people to actually go to Palestine, you know. My father was born in Bethlehem and I've never been there. So yeah, this statement is true, but you can't add Palestine to it, okay? Palestine is a very different story. Palestine is still an occupied country, and and Palestinians are an occupied people, and it's a whole different story. Well, Lebanon, I lived in Lebanon for a while. It's not that bad because they still take refugees. But for example, again, the Gulf countries don't take any refugees. And about Yemen, Yemen is fucked up right now, man. Yemen is bombarded now by the Saudi coalition. You know, like, they're actually killing people by the dozens in Yemen. It's fucked up right now there. So, let's say the Gulf countries, you know, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Dubai, you know, United Emirates, all these countries, they don't take any refugee whatsoever. Maybe they took 0 refugees, you know, no refugees, 0. Lebanon took more than 2 million refugees in the last 10 years, I guess. Jordan took 2.7 million refugees in the last few years. So yeah, it's I don't know, they just don't give a shit, man. They just don't give a shit. You know, I lived in Turkey. I am banned from entering Israel, I guess, because like it's just, yeah, it's fucked up. And also, like, again, Israel is still, it's a really different story. You can't really group it with Turkey and Jordan, you know, because it's like the government there is fucked up. But yeah, I never been to Israel, and I tried twice, but they refused to give me a visa. And when I told them what's going on, why I can't go to Israel, and they told me I'm banned for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, maybe because like my family is originally from Jerusalem, and so yeah, my family is originally from Jerusalem, and my father was born in Bethlehem, alright? And I never got to visit because I can't, just like that. I am banned of going there. I just can't go there, which is fucking sad. There's a lot of yeah, actually I lived in Egypt for a while. Egypt is really nice. Tunisia is fucking amazing. Morocco, I don't know anything about Morocco, to be honest. It's very far. But Mauritania. Wow. Mauritania is it's a very small country. I don't know anything about them. They're very far from me. But I never been to Mauritania or Morocco. But yeah. Egypt as Egyptian people are fucking amazing. The government is fucking horrible. The government is horrible. Hopefully they will take them down again. Hopefully another Arab Spring will start, because what's going on in Egypt right now, and they will take down the crazy motherfucker Sisi. Like, I don't know what you mean. Like, compared to what? Like, how can you compare them? To be honest, like I didn't visit any of these. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't go so many places in Africa. Okay, so I can't really compare them to anything. Are you are you making like a documentary, or like are you like do you have a school report about what's going on in the Middle East? You're asking very interesting questions that I mostly don't have any. To be honest, I have nothing. Yeah, I don't know anything about the what's going on there. Oh, that's cool. Like my perspective on things without even like start, like in general, you know, I hate everybody on the same level. Or I don't hate anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't I don't know what happened in my life that I don't really like care about nationality whatsoever. I don't really care about religion whatsoever. I don't really care about race, color. I don't give a shit about all these things, okay? The only thing I would judge anybody or any group of people is based on knowledge and science, and that's it. You know, like, for me, all these things I don't really give a shit about. I don't know, seriously, something weird happened to me, you know? Something happened in my life that I stopped giving a flying fuck about all these things. Interesting. But this happens in Jordan a lot, I guess, because of the education system, especially when you go to university and start learning about stuff, you know. It's what makes you like think more and like research more. Like you have, like, I studied computer science and quantum physics, you know. And when you reach that level of knowledge, you will stop, you know, thinking about oh, thank you, man. This is maybe the best thing that the best compliment I ever got. George Carlin and Doug Stanhope. Dude, thank you very much. Seriously. Yeah, they have a lot, especially George Carlin. He has a lot of influence in my life, you know, like when I first watched his bit about religion, like, it was like, thank you. I wanted somebody to say that I wanted to, like, hear this from anybody, you know. Yeah, like, comedy in general, stand-up comedy in general changed my life and changed my perspective on things, you know. Made me actually, it didn't really give me a push to become, you know, agnostic or atheist. It just supported my views, you know. And that's what happened, you know. I never been religious whatsoever. Like, since I started to think by myself, you know, to have actually my own brain, I didn't really, you know, believe any of this old bullshit, you know. And then what happened is like that, you know, like, and then you start finding more people with the same ideas and same principles, and you will watch like somebody like George Carlin or Doug Stanhope or Ricky Gervais or Jim Jeffries, and you will like, yeah, thank you guys, this is what I'm talking about, you know, like, what the fuck how people are still believing this, like, mystery, invisible man in the sky, you know, like, this is just, no, this is just not realistic whatsoever. So yeah, life is fucking crazy, man. Life is fucking crazy. People. Oh my god, this is so much. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you very much. I try my best, you know. I try my best. It's not that easy to be all these, like, you know, things in somewhere in like Jordan. It's not about the government. It's about the fucking society in general, you know. It's about the society. It's about the traditions we have. It's about the fucking religion. It's about all these things together. But the most important thing and the most scary thing about being a free thinker, let's say, in the Middle East, is the people around you, you know. Because to be honest, you know, like, the government here, they don't give a shit, especially in Jordan. Like, I'm talking about Jordan. I'm not talking about Saudi Arabia. I'm not talking about Iran. I'm talking about Jordan, or somewhere like Lebanon, or or like, yeah, all these countries around here, it's not about the governments, it's about the people. The people are fucking crazy. Yeah, I guess maybe they were on mushrooms, but no, it's not about that, It's not it's what I think, what I actually think. It was political since the beginning, okay? It was political since the beginning. Maybe it started not political, but like a little bit after it started, it became political. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, maybe it started because they didn't have any idea what's going on. So they say, okay, there's, the sun is our God and let's pray for it. And because they started, small communities and small like tribes, so they wanted to have an order to these to this small community, right? So they had a set of rules: don't kill, don't steal, don't, and all these good qualities that we need as human beings, right? They did this, but at the same time, after a while, they noticed, okay, maybe we can use this to control people. So they added more things and more things. And it became something powerful that actually they can control people with. So people, like, some people are starting developing this, and that's what's happening. It's not only they made it up because it's fun. They made it up because they wanted to control population since forever. That's exactly what I think about it. Religion started to control people and still exists to control people and their wills. It's not something, it's never been something fun and dandy and only about, good values. No. It's always about power, it's always about control, and it's always about the money. Like George Carlin said once, God, he's the most powerful, the most grateful, the most gracious, but he can't handle money. He needs money. Come on, it's 2019 now. We all know what are good values, right? Just don't kill people, don't steal from people, all these things. You don't need to be religious to actually not be, to actually be a respectable human being and not do bad things to other people. It's not only, like, you don't really have to be religious for that, it's just, what I'm saying? It's just, it's not about anarchy, it's about having a set of values to be a respectable human being. I don't need religion to be nice to people, to not steal from people, to not kill somebody. I don't need to be religious to not kill somebody. That's fucking crazy, And when you think about it, religions are the main reason of killing since forever. Like once Ricky Gervais says something, you don't really need a word to describe somebody who doesn't believe in God or religion, because if you have this word that describes you, that means there is something there. But for me, it's more about I just there's nothing there, it's just, yeah. People are crazy, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying if you need religion to actually have this peaceful feeling in your heart. Just, if you need it, please go ahead and practice it. But don't make, force people to become, to become, don't force people to convert them and actually become like you. Just let people do their thing and you do your thing, and just don't fucking start like keep inviting people to your religion. And also, like, don't teach kids creationism, for example. Like, you know, the anti-vaccine movement in the United States. You know, I can't believe that there's people in the United States of America believe that vaccines are bad. They're just like here in Jordan, for example, you can never even like think about that, you know. Listen, about that, you know, for me as somebody who's living on this planet right now, what I know as scientifically proven theories and stuff like that, what I know is we die and that's it. Nothing happens and that's it. Okay? If there's anything, if there's an afterlife, I just didn't get any explanation or any proof that there is an afterlife in my lifetime, okay, until now. So what we know now, from everything we know now, you're gonna die and that's it. Yeah, we're gonna die and that's it. No, there's nothing after it, and that's it. It's gonna be nothing. You will just stop existing, and that's it. And that's what makes you know, that's what makes life more enjoyable, you know, when you believe, when you know that there is absolutely nothing after this one life you have. So you can just go ahead and enjoy your life, right? Like what, you know, like, for me there's absolutely nothing that science can explain, you know, and if there is anything that science that can't explain, it does not exist, or we didn't reach that, you know. Like, for me it doesn't exist until we actually can explain it, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, seriously, like, for example, we don't know what's going on, what happened before the Big Bang, for example, okay? But there's, yeah, you know, that's something, we don't really know anything about it. So I'm not gonna go ahead and tell you, hey, this is what's going on. And the cool thing about science, it's the cool thing about science, it can be wrong, so we can actually correct it. It's not like, for example, what they say in the Quran or Bible. So this is it, and you can't ask any questions. And this is it. This is the explanation. God created Earth and the universe in 6 days, and you can't ever ask how or why or how come, you know, all these things, you know, what the fuck. No, that's what's cool about science, that there is the scientific process, you know. Yeah. If you can ask a question, then do a background research, then construct a hypothesis, then test your hypothesis by doing an experiment, then analyze the data and draw conclusion, and then share your results so everybody else can actually do the same thing, so that you can prove your theory and it becomes a theory, you know. That's good for me. But you can't just say that, hey, God created Earth and that's it. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, listen, I agree with you when it comes to religions actually being the main causes of war, especially the Abrahamic ones, which is fucking crazy. But at the same time, in 2019, as human beings right now, whatever religion is you are believing in, okay, it's yours, okay, it's fucking yours. It's like for your spiritual needs. Don't get me starting. Don't get me starting on spirituality, but it's not to force other people to do what you want them to do, and all these things. It's something personal. You can go ahead and practice whatever religion you want to ever practice, but don't force your ideas and religion down of everybody's throats. Yeah. Anything that goes through the scientific process, I believe in. I don't care, like, it's not about belief, it's science, It's actually, like, hey, this is a cup, for example. I can feel it, I can see it, I can use it, I know how it was made, and all the things that, are connected to this cup. And there's a tea here. Oh my god. Alright, Matthew. Bro, I'm really tired. I want to go to sleep right now. Thank you for talking to me for a whole hour. That's really, really interesting. And all right. Okay, Hinduism, Judaism, Jainism, okay, Buddhism, okay. No, it's alright, it's alright. But Islam seems to be the most violent religion in practice based. I don't know. But when it comes to Islam, when it comes to the Abrahamic religions in general, they're all fucking violence and bloody and weird. And what's going on right now with Islam is just really crazy too, okay? But when you're talking about Islam and Muslims, there is like 1.7 billion Muslims right now exist on this planet. And if it's that violent, it will not be safe for all of us to actually live on this planet, okay? So what's going on right now is just because of, again, in general, I think all religions are as bad as they get, okay? They're lies, they're weird, and you're just like fucked up. Yeah, like there's a lot of Muslims in Indonesia, and they're very nice people. I lived in Indonesia for a while. No, in general, like, to be honest, okay? It's not Islam as a religion. It's always, I promise you, it's not only any religion, it's always the cultures too, what's going on about what's the culture of any group of people that actually take a religion as their religion, okay? To be honest, Arabs are fucking bloody since forever. Arabs are fucking bloody and crazy since forever. So it became with when you think about Islam and Arabs in general, okay? They combine their actually they combine their experience as Arabs and their culture as Arabs with Islam, okay? And that gets you a different kind of Islam than when you are in Indonesia, for example. So let's say, yeah, like, you can't just say that. You can't just let the most violent religion and practice based, okay? It depends on where you are and where you are exactly in the fucking planet. Like maybe if you go to Saudi Arabia and Iran, they're fucking radicals, you know, they're crazy motherfuckers. If you come to Jordan, I think if you come to Jordan, yeah, if you come to Jordan, you will feel safer than so many places in the fucking in the US, for example, you know. If we're talking about crazy religious Islamic countries, it's always the most extremes are Saudi Arabia and Iran right now. Yeah, I can never even go there. Yeah, Semites in general. Like if you get to know, I'm drinking hot tea, or it's almost cold right now. Alright, bro. Do you have any other questions? Okay, I'll give you one more question and then I'm going to sleep. And I'll talk to you as soon as possible, alright? Thank you very much for the donations yesterday, and it was really nice from you. Oh my god. I'm tired. Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, and again, it's good that you said most Arab nations, because it's an Arab thingy, you know. We have a problem. We have a problem of how women are treated in so many countries in the Arab world. I don't like it. It exists in Jordan, but it's not as bad as other countries. You know, like here, for example, in Jordan, in the public sector, women are paid more than men in the same job. Like if you're a teacher, if you're a male teacher, you'll get less than a female teacher, for example. Okay, and Jordan, yeah, Jordan is really different. Yeah. Like the Jordanian family is built around the mom, okay? So in Jordan we treat women a little bit different. But for example, Egypt, it's fucking crazy. I was there and I know that. But it all it all goes back to what they call it. It all goes back to it all goes back to the segregation of genders since you start to be alive. So there's no, like most Arab countries, you don't really have any connections with other females when you grow up. So that's what happens, you know. They don't really know how to deal with them until they go to university, and they're just shocked. But yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up, man. It's really fucked up to how people treat women in general. Okay? Yeah. It's bad. And the crazy thing, it's culturally acceptable, and girls don't feel it too, you know. They embrace it, they like it. Oh, I like to be controlled by my father or my brothers, or you know, by society. They're like comfortable with it. Yeah, like we need in Jordan, we need a like in the Arab world, we need a woman revolution right now. I will check it out soon. I think I opened it yesterday, and I know this specific video. Yeah, I know it. I know this specific video. It's a little bit to be honest, it's a little bit too dangerous for me to watch this and publish it on my YouTube channel, but I will do it. I will do it, and maybe I will not publicly share it, but I will send it to you. Okay? I will unlist it and send it to you. I'm still in Jordan, and I can't go as hard as that guy when it comes to religion in general, okay? I hope you understand what I'm saying. We'll see about that. But you know, these kind of videos, you know, yeah. Like, yeah, not exactly like no. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I think it's not safe for me to actually do something like that right now, you know? I'm planning to leave Jordan soon, okay? And if I leave, it will be easier for me to do such videos. But if I'm still in Jordan, it's still a little bit tricky, okay? A little bit tricky.
guarantee almost everyone living in the Western world has heard of the Romani before, even if they don't know them by that.
Matthew, man, thank you very much for talking to me for almost 1 and 20, like almost 1 hour and 20 minutes. I had so much fun talking to you, and yeah, I'm going to sleep right now. It's 3 a.m. in the morning here in Jordan. Good night, and thank you very much. Right? Good night.